We were caught doing some unspeakable things in Russia and have been forced into a gulag. Little did they know I had a tank in my pocket and plan on escaping by any means necessary. Stick around until the end to see if we escape, and if you enjoy the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what challenges or games we should try next. Welcome back, all you sleepy faces. We are back to Coal LLC. And Coal LLC had an update, and I was very excited to play it. So today, we are jumping into the Gulag of Serbia, and we will see if we can dig our way to freedom. We are doing combined arms, and we're just doing the standard map this time. And we start with a shoddy tank. Man, I wish I had a shoddy tank. That's freaking sweet. So we have shoddy jet, a shoddy shotgun, and shoddy tank. So the moonstone tanks and the onyx tanks they look no different than these tanks, so that's interesting. Let's just get going with this day and see if we can jump right in. I went with this skin today, just to kind of reminded me of a form of a Russian costume, but not really. It's like the the Putin Man song. I can't quite remember what that song is, but Rasputin, that's what it is. Rasputin song. That song is so good, especially the dance move that comes along with it. But it looks like we're able to mine quite a bit. I'm trying not to mine myself into too deep of a hole. I still want to be able to get out, obviously. What is it shooting? Can't really. Okay, you can somewhat see. But yeah, I'm glad to be back here, guys. Glad to have you guys with me. If you're watching for the first time, we usually do at least one Coal LLC video a week, just to keep our fix. You know, a lot of us are Coal LLC fiends, so we like to have it at least once a week so that we don't go absolutely insane. But we'll just get this 3, so that's worth $4 probably. And then we'll shoot that guy. Boom. That's what you get for wearing sunglasses. All right, 788. That wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, actually. I thought it was going to be a lot better. So we have the shotgun and then the iron tank. We could jump straight from 20 damage with the radius of 3 to 50 radius of 3, but the cooldown is 1.2 seconds. Does it just get higher and higher? Ooh, I don't know if I like that. And there's a jet. Continuous carpet bomb. Let's just do the iron tank. Sell the shoddy tank, and we will, could have done extra time, but we ain't going to do that. So let's go this way this time. I'm thinking it might help us out. I could have probably got some platforms. That way we don't dig ourselves into too big of a hole. Like I said previously, I think if I stand back a little bit, it might help us out, but we'll find out. So anyways, yeah, I'm filming this. I don't know if I'm going to end up doing this video raw or if I'm going to have to, or if I'm going to be able to edit it. So I got some family things going on, and I might need to take a little bit of a break for a couple of days, maybe a week or so, depending on how things go this next couple of days. I don't want to share too much, but there's just some issues with health in the family and just need to be there for my family. So if there is a leave of absence, or if this video is uncut and unedited, you know I will be gone, but you guys will hear from me if any of that happens. But yes, I appreciate your support and prayers and any thoughtful comments in the future. This tank class is pretty good. I'm actually enjoying this. Maybe grab this. It ain't much, but it's honest work. All right, let's see what the damage is. So in the update as well, you can't press continue to skip through. So that's a gripe I have. So we'll add more time, first things first, and then we will get the next tank, which is 2 times, but has more cooldown and 1 more blast radius. So we'll buy probably 15 of those, and then we'll start day 3. We'll go straight into it. Oh yeah, this thing blasts them. Okay, we can get out of that. Just getting kind of nervous there. Amateur hour, guys. Maybe we'll be able to blast through here. Look at that. An amethyst. That's what I'm talking about. It'd be nice if we got a sapphire so that we could start the thing with Tabitha. But I don't know if 2's gonna cut it, you know? So we are going to just keep on going for the money. Because that's why we're here, is the money. Okay. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The blue tank reminds me of this N64 game that I had. It was the Toy Soldiers game. Man, I know the enemies in that game were yellow, but I think like the neutral guys were blue. So it just reminds me of that. That game was so fun. It was lacking in action a bit, but also I remember the flamethrower being such an intimidating sound. Especially some of the campaign levels where you just hear it going and you're like, man, how am I supposed to beat this? But that was such a good game. Send a little love in the comments if you have played that game. I think it was called Soldiers or something like that. So good. But we're doing pretty well. We have a quarter of the day left. Feeling pretty good. The grass is still green in the hills. The hills are alive with the sound of music. And it's like the music that we're listening to right now. Imagine if they made a new rendition of that movie, but it was just this music. It was like boots and cats, boots and cats. That would be ridiculous. What would they use instead of Nazis? Russians? Nothing against Russia, guys. We're all just living in a messed up world. Everyone from that part of the world is bad. But anyways, I like my tank. I want a real tank in real life. I want to drive one at least at one point. 2,900, almost 3K. Not too bad. Let's actually look at the employees. So we have artillery, strong bomber, and fast bomber. So we have the bombers, which is nothing to get too excited about, actually. So we're going from 100 to 150, which is, I mean, it's not that great, but I'll get the increased inventory slot. We probably need to, probably get some stuff for Tabitha, perhaps. This thing shoots so slow. Okay, let's get this chest, and we will go for airstrike damage. Nice. Employee capacity. The collectors are still the same, thankfully. So we're just going to grind at this. Hopefully we can get things a little bit more. We'll be a little bit more stingy. Or less stingy, I suppose, for our platforms. We can get up somehow, right? We can find a way. We're just going to play that game where we find the solution after we've created the problem. That's what... I wasn't going to talk about work, but that's what my management does. And everyone else in corporate. But we are in here. We're here. Maybe it's... Do you guys not like when I talk about work? Or some of you don't mind it. Some of you do mind it. Just trying to gauge the audience a little bit, and we failed. Because I have gotten comments, people saying that they don't necessarily enjoy listening to me talk about work while I'm playing a game. Because, you know, I understand that. You don't want to hear me gripe about the corporate world you're trying to escape by watching me play a game. It's understandable. Oh yeah, get those emeralds. Get the iron. And everything else. Copper. Sapphire. Yes. That's enough sapphire to start the Tabitha tasks, right? Should have been at least 5. But not enough emeralds, I can guarantee that. Yep, 3 emeralds, not enough. But we can look for some more. Some over here. That's 2. Nothing to cry home about. 4. We're talking. Let's see if we can get out of here. Okay, let's move this way a little bit. See what we can do. Try and get some more ore. I have been having issues with my back. It's been so terrible. I have been trying to sleep in different positions, trying to do some more exercises to try and strengthen my back and also stretch it out a bit. Come on. If I don't get it, oh man, that was about to be bad. I was about to just leave. I was about to leave the room, leave the house actually. No way my wife will let me go to bed after that. 5,700. This silver tank is 9,000. We don't have enough for that. We could get more platforms, which is what we're doing. I could get the jetpack, but more time is better. It would be nice to get rid of the clay layer, but that's okay. I'm gonna get 2 ladders just in case. I'm just gonna go straight down and see if I can get into the gray layer a bit. What was that? Something just exploded down there. Maybe that was a remnant from the end of last round when I was shooting like a maniac. So we know that right here is where the center is. So the whole... Is there a recoil on this? No, there's no recoil on the tank. Why would I think that there's recoil on a tank, right? You think that there would be astronomical recoil on a tank. Oh man, yes. This is taking a little bit though. Just a teensy bit of time. I do want to get a little bit lower, and then maybe about halfway through the day, I'm going to go up and down. Probably get to that choco block and then put the ladder down and then go up and down. Okay, here we go. And then just shoot to the sides. There's no point in not doing that. All right. And keep shooting. It would be nice to get those emeralds. How many emeralds are going to be in this layer? In the gray blocks? Is it going to be 27 perhaps? All right, we'll grab these. And then, yeah, we have 1. And then, so that brought us up to 10. And even if we don't get all of them this round, we can still get more next round, and then we'll have enough from that. We still have time, actually. We have amethyst here that would be nice to get, but there's the emeralds right over there that I kind of want to try and get. We're halfway through. I think I can get those. I don't want to dig myself into a hole there. So I'm at 19. I need about 8 more until we get to the 30. So we're shooting really slow. I wonder if there's an upgrade for shooting speed on the tanks. Because if there is, oh man, that'll be so nice. Is it worth shooting straight down so I hit all of the emeralds? Probably. But we're going to mine all the blocks around it. It's not going to be the most profitable day, but this is just an investment for next day so that we astronomically increase our intake. Because I'm pretty sure, tell me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I can reach this layer with the vacuum. It's actually kind of disappointed I couldn't reach that. All right, up and down, up and down. Go to Tabitha, give her her emeralds. Watch her eat it. All right. But my wife's mom loved her gift, her dress that was handmade by my wife. That was pretty great. I was pretty happy about it. I was excited for her to see it and for her mom to see the dress, and she tried it on and it looks great and it's so awesome. It's really professional too. Problem is everyone's gonna want to go to her to have them hem things and stuff. Hem dresses. It's a decent business. People get big and they get small. Mostly big. Alright, let's take a look. 6,300. Not the worst day, all things considered, since we got the... we actually might be able to afford the silver tank. So we're going from 150 to 500, but this takes 1.5 seconds to shoot. I mean, I'm willing to take the time because it's way more damage. And I had the vacuum now, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to go straight down from the vacuum where that comes from. And okay. Okay, and of course I don't have the ladders because I forgot. So that was unfortunate. We can still make this work, guys. This is gonna be so bad, guys. This is gonna be so bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry in advance. I don't know what I was smoking. And I just have to make sure that I don't shoot the right side, otherwise I can't get up there. Alright. I could probably go for these chests too. That might be smart. I don't like that little jump thing that I got going on there. And what was that? Amateur hour. Amateur hour. Feels good though to have these are essentially bombs that shoot way faster. Really like that. It's a fun little addition, a fun little expansion profession. I just appreciate that the dev updated the game at all, because I don't know if this is the first update in a while or if it's just because people are starting to play it a little bit more. I'm not too sure. Okay, let's see. It's rubies. Rupees. Okay, so as far as the vacuum goes, we probably need to get to... we need to afford the thing where it shifts the layers, because that's something that was added. And we fell again. So I can buy an upgrade that makes it so that the silver layer shifts up and the copper layer, or the clay layer, is no more. So we wouldn't have to dig through all of that anymore, which is an awesome addition. That's such a smart thing. It changes the entire game, not drastically, but it makes it so that things are a little bit easier, especially with the vacuum. Makes it so the vacuum is more usable later on, especially. And you don't have to do the shallow map every single time to make it so that it's usable. All right, let's get all of this stuff. Feeling good about all of it. We have 3,500 coal so far. And we'll shoot up. Shoot up. These are amethysts here, so maybe... Should I... it's not that many, though. It's not worth it. Nope, not worth it. Not going for it. Just going straight up. And I'm going to just try and gather everything that I've mined so far. Just like that. Pretty easy peasy. This is going to be maybe a 20k day. Am I being optimistic? Absolutely. Do I regret it? Absolutely. Am I going to be able to do this? Or am I going to fall? Both. Alright, let's take a look at the damage. We got to 15k. Let's see. Not even close to being able to afford the tank. The jet is 64k. Why is it 64k? Why is it worth that much? 50 damage. Continuous carpet bomb airstrike. Airstrikes continue even when item is not equipped. Interesting. So that's like having miners, essentially. This would have been really helpful, the jetpack. Okay, so let's shift the layer. And I'm tempted to do the jetpack so we can move around a little bit more. I don't want to have to rely on these things, but I'm still going to get like 15 of them just in case. So let's start day 7. Okay, we are in the gray layer now. We should have our coal quota here real quick because these drop, I mean, not the most amount, but it's still enough to get us there pretty quick. Oh yeah. So I was playing the new Keep On Mining Worlds game, and I played the first Keep On Mining Worlds, or not Worlds, just regular Keep On Mining. I never beat it, but I enjoyed the game a lot. It was very satisfying, and I will probably come out with a video for it later on. Just haven't had time to do that just yet. But it has been a blast, and the Worlds one was really good. I'll probably have a part 2 eventually. Regardless if people watch it or not. It doesn't matter to me that much. I enjoy it and have you guys be just a part of the experience. I mean, if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. I mean, that's just the way it is. But yeah, I was enjoying that, and I'm really enjoying. I'm getting contacted by some devs and some indie devs for their games and stuff, and it's really fun talking with these people and just hearing what they have to say about their game. And it's just people who want to make a cool game, make something that people enjoy. They, at the end of the day, I think more so they want to watch people enjoy their game. I mean, I know they want to make money from their efforts and stuff, but still, there's some form of pride in watching somebody make or have fun with something that you've made. Similar to programming in the way where it's satisfying to watch people use software that you've made specifically, and especially if people don't complain severely about it, because that's usually what happens is people complain a lot about software and technology. I mean, even I'm guilty of doing that. It's like I use a software product, and if it crashes, I'm like, this is trash. Why am I using it? I might as well make something better. Make something myself. It's like Discord. I can make Discord myself. Might as well. But man, this tank shoots very slow. I don't know what's up with that. It's just gonna get slower and slower. I need to open more of these chests and have them not be rubies. I would have really appreciated if that was the case. Maybe send one over there for the homies. One of these days we'll get this chest. You can't keep it from me. I have a beard. And it's an upgrade, and tank firing rate, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we wanted, and the game heard, just like the last time. The game heard, the dev heard, and they spawned it in mid-game. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it be? If the devs were just able to just sneak in on people's games and wreak havoc. I know you could do that on a game like Rust or Minecraft, but I'm not sure you could do that for this game. It's not really server based, although you can make it a local server. Then you could do it. Okay, and bullet damage. That doesn't apply to tank, right? I think I'll just do employee collector speed. Although the tank stuff will show up here. Tank firing rate and that. Okay. 5,000 coal, 3,000. It's looking decent. 21,000. Should be able to... Oh man, 28,700. I think I got you guys, right? I tricked you. You thought I was disappointed, but I was able to afford it. Joke's on you. Okay, we're still not anywhere near getting to collectors, so start day 8. We'll grab this, and then we will just keep on firing. So we're 3 times more powerful. We'll try and be as efficient as possible, but this vacuum does not stretch very far. Exactly, just like that. So we'll go back and forth. All right, it's huge. So we need 40 amethyst for Tabitha. I feel like we need to just wait until we're in the blue layer and get some of the amethyst from that layer, because the ones dropping from this layer, it's like 1 or 2. It's just not enough to make it worth my time going for it, especially having to go up and over. So there's the flamethrower, and we're just gonna go back and forth. Okay, that was pretty efficient, if I do say so myself. Just holding the button down to shoot. Keep on going. All right, here we go. And we have the jetpack, so we don't need to worry too much. I do want to try and get into this blue layer, like I said. Try to see if I can get something out of it. Does look like we are breaking it a little bit. So our odds of being able to break, we'll do the firing rate again. It's another 10%. And we'll go back and forth because there's a bit of stuff there. Might be worth trying to collect. Yeah, let's see. There's amethyst and stuff. So I feel like we can break these out and just get them collected real quick. We need to get another layer removed. Figure out how much that costs. I think it was like 10 times more. So that one was 7,500. So I think this one's going to be 75,000, which we're at 12,000 coal right now. We probably should be able to get done. We'll find out. It's not too bad. Although, where are all the amethysts at? They're all down there. I can't reach that. Okay. Break it up. Literally, break it up. Come on. I do like the blast radius on this and the damage. It's doing decent damage in the blue layer. So it's pretty much time for me to V-line it straight to the blue layer. And then, oh man, we got some amethyst. That was only 3. 12, 15. You know, that's not that great, but we are trying. Let's see if we can get some of this other stuff. Okay, there's other amethyst here and over and there. Absolutely. I was gonna go shooting today, but ended up storming a little bit, so in my back, yeah, I can't shoot with my back this bad. So I just decided to stay in. And because of the health stuff going on. 14,000, practically 15,000 coal, 48,000 day. That's a nice day right there. Next tank though is 5,000 damage. So 3.5 times more. And has a blast radius of 5. So it costs 100,000. Let's see. I don't think I want much more than just a few collectors probably. We could do one more and then we're feeling good. Start day 9. So at some point we should be able to break through these pretty easily. We need more of the fire rate. Okay, tank damage. Okay, I didn't know there was tank damage upgrades. I assumed there was going to be, but I mean, I've stopped making assumptions years ago. And by years ago, I mean like 2 games ago. Done making assumptions. I've been disappointed too many times to where it's just not worth it anymore. These guys are going to ruin me getting my amethyst too. But I mean, if I'm going the route of these collectors, then it's not too big of a deal. In Austin Arledge, I see your comment on the last video. I understand. I understand I pronounce lo-fi incorrectly, and by saying lofi, I say it lofi because I said lofi in college and everyone made fun of me for that, so I committed to it and now I say lofi still. And it's also easier to say. It flows better in my mouth. It's lofi rather than lo-fi, you know? So that's where I'm at with that. So I appreciate your comment though. You know, if I'm ever doing anything wrong, I want you guys to point it out. There's no fun in doing everything right all the time. That's obviously why I do things wrong, is so that you guys can tell me how wrong I am. I actually don't try to rage bait you guys whatsoever. If you guys see anything that I'm doing stupid or just things that don't make sense whatsoever, just know that's me genuinely trying to do my best in this game or any game that I play. And know that, yes, I am actually that dumb. So, just for clarification, just in case you needed to ask later on. Now you don't need to. I don't know how... Are these guys going to... I should have got a collector's whistle. That was a problem. I should have done that. Because these guys aren't going to send it back once the timer runs out. I just have to make sure that they get filled up. So we're at 9,000 currently. See, that's the good thing about the vacuum, is I don't have to worry about it. But I guess when in doubt, I just shoot a bunch of coal and then they fill up quickly. And then just go to the surface to deposit. It's not too bad. So I guess with the collectors as well, it would make sense to do the jets, just so that I'm mining more constantly. But I suppose that would require me to get more collectors as well, which I don't have at the current moment. But anyways, let's take a look. Man, whoa. I do like how the chests have a glow to them, so they're easier to find. I am going to try and get into this one here. I need to increase my fire rate because it's just way too slow. Way too slow. Not enough speed. And that went straight into the ground. Shotgun. What are the odds that they're able to collect all this? I say approximately 0. Can I jump down and get it all? That wasn't so bad. I was actually able to do quite a bit there. Yeah, those collectors are slow as dog. All right, 15,000 again of coal. We're gonna have a day that looks exactly like yesterday's. 63 though, 20k more. So that wasn't that bad. But I think we're going to get the jet, or do I get more inventory slot? Probably not inventory slot. Probably want to get more jet. Do I get the silver jet? No, I get the amethyst jet. And then get one of these guys for fun. So I'm going to put him there and start day 10. So it said that I can put it down. Oh, it goes down like this. Oh, look at that guy go. That's what I'm talking about. Talking about lag, goodness gracious. Well, hopefully keeps my... We'll do airstrike damage or collector speed. Probably airstrike damage. It'll do more in the long run. Hopefully it keeps my collectors busy. I need to keep getting the upgrades. I've been slacking so much on the last like 3 episodes. I've been slacking so hard with the upgrades in the chest. It's so bad. It even triggers me watching myself play back when I'm editing. Holy cow. Okay, we are about 45 minutes in, and if you are asleep right now, I hope you sleep well. And if you haven't yet subscribed, like, commented the video, please do so. Appreciate your guys' comments, stories, telling me I'm trash, you know, telling me how good I am, anything. You know, contradict yourselves. Contradict the other subscribers or commenters. That's what we need. We need more, just more. We need more. Getting greedy. But yes, if you are sleeping right now, I hope you sleep well and have a fantastic day tomorrow. And hopefully I haven't woken you up with my craziness. Collector capacity. How about that? So I'm just going to be essentially shooting around, just making sure that the ground is covered in ore, and maybe I should look for amethyst. There's some over here. Doesn't appear to be a lot though. Let me see if I can get rid of at least all of the coal that I have on me. Got 5 amethyst. So that should do something. And if I break this, got 11 more, and then here's more right here. So we should be able to get it, but we have no way of getting up. That's our problem. That's the thing we didn't think of. Although I do have the platform still. That's huge. Okay. We can do that. We are at 32. That might get us actually past the amount. Hopefully, if no collectors go and grab it real quick. Of course. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Name that show. Okay. And we're up. So I'm just going to go over. I almost forgot and just deposited it. That would have been absolutely rage baiting. Okay, if I put the thing down here, does it do it closer? Oh yeah, the guy drops his bombs way closer. Still does a lot of collateral damage, so that's unique. Oh, there's more amethyst right here. It would be so nice to get more length for the vacuum. 15, that's enough. That's enough. We're going. Come on, baby. Ooh, that was so close. All right, rubies now. Yeah, you're not getting the rubies for a long time, sucker. And that's that. Keep going up and down. And here, 412 coal. It's such a waste of space. Would be nice to get this last little bit. Nice. 26,000 copper, 33,000 coal. That was a big day. Much better, 114,000. So we can afford the gold tank now. That's 3.5 times more-ish. Sell the amethyst tank. Inventory over. Employees. We could get the one-click chest looting, but let's see what we get after we upgrade a few of these. We're at 1,500, so we can't afford that. So day 11. So let's get down. So we need to, I didn't look at how much it costs actually to get the layers shifted. That would definitely be worthwhile. Airstrike minor damage. Airstrike rate. Do airstrike rate. Have it go down here. Is it going to? Now how is the plane flying through the ground? There's a little bit of a flaw in that system there. Oh yeah, our vacuum is longer now, so we don't have to worry about that. That's pretty nice. I mean, look at that. We're gonna have our quota in no time. Can we get the firing rate for the tank? 'Cause it is just way too slow. And gold gun. Gold minigun. Yep. Get that silver. Oh yeah. Ruby? Yep. Okay. That was fantastic. Super pumped about that. That we're already at 21,000 for the coal. I think we'll be able to get to 80,000 perhaps for the coal. But it just depends on how efficiently I'm able to do this and whether or not if I'm paying attention to what I'm shooting at. Because I need to be shooting constantly in order to maximize my efficiency here. So we can make it to the red layer straight down. But I don't want to just go straight down. I want to go side to side with these things. With these layers. I have yet to do a coal only episode. So I was going to wait until I was done with all the professions, but I'm not sure when I want to actually do that or not. Oh yeah. The airstrike does quite a bit. It's done quite a bit to the gray layer at least, the stone layer. Okay, we're going to get to 100,000 guaranteed. I'm hoping. Because we're at 51,000, 52,000 at halfway mark. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yes. 58,000. Oh yeah. Had to just adjust myself real quick. I'm having to move like, golly, every couple of minutes because my back is just killer, man. My coworker, I'm not talking about work, but my coworker, he's a friend, so I'm talking about my friends. His dad used to work for like a insurance company where if your house flooded or there was a fire in there, they would kind of see what kind of equipment and all of your stuff that got damaged, and they would come clean it out and like keep track of everything that got ruined and stuff. And essentially what they determined was ruined is if it was in the same room as a fire or in the same room as the flood, that it was considered ruined and they would take it and clean it out. So there's one time he showed up to work with a new chair, and it was a Herman Miller chair. And I guess, you know, some guy's house burnt down is what he would always say, is some guy's house burnt down and I stole it. But in reality, it's like the fire was in the same room as the chair and it just got some smoky smell to it. So it just considered ruined. But at some point, I feel like I need to invest in a better chair because I sit a lot during the day, and I'm going to invest in a standing desk first. And then depending on how well that goes, I will invest in a better chair. 103,000 in coal. This is going to be a good day. 340K. Yeah, that's a huge day. That's a ruby tank day. That's 3 times more damage, 5 radius. Huge. So let's look at, yep, we're shifting the rock layers. No more gray layer. Move that over. And I guess we'll get more of these guys. So these guys have 640 items. These guys do 3,500. Huh. Start at day 12. So we're starting with the blue layer now. We don't have to worry too much about collectors, I guess, if we can just shift the layers like this. Makes it so nice. But man, are they still so slow. The tank is also shooting very slow. Can we get an upgrade for that? Tank firing rate? Yep, there we go. Thank you, game. Thank you, game dev. I don't know what your name is, but thank you. So let's just keep focusing on chests and the items and the ore. We'll do that for this game here, or this day. I should probably try and see if I can get into the red layer, but yeah, I'm going to do that for sure. Let's do the mining range or whatever. And we'll have the airstrikes going. It looks like we can destroy the red layer pretty decently, actually. Not too bad. Now, how much is each one of these? A decent amount? Yeah. That's pretty worth it. Now we just need to find a ruby block in here and then take that to Tabitha so we can expand the vacuum again. I just hope. I hate the explosive and artillery and bomber miners so much. They are so trash compared to the regular miners. I remember when I was doing the explosives only challenge. Golly, that was rough. It was rough even getting to the point where we had miners, and then when we had a couple, they sucked. So that was so disappointing. But man, having to go back to that, getting PTSD from that, it's not that bad, guys. I was just being dramatic. I do want this chest. Please. 46,000. We're doing not as good as yesterday, but we are upgrading ourselves. We're focusing on ourselves, which is just as good of an investment as buying upgrades and items in between rounds. It's almost better in my opinion, or especially earlier on, because the more fire rate upgrades you can get, the better. So looks like there aren't many chests over here, but we are going to go for it anyways. I just need any of the chests I can get any day. Okay, let's see what we got. We'll do the tank damage. Pretty big. I think I saw one over here, and I need to jump again. There. Easy peasy. So we made it past the wall up top. Diamonds. Yikes. I do need the collector whistle at some point. I mean, look at this place. It's a disaster. Fire rate is a little bit better. Pretty pleased with that. Man, the collectors are not keeping up at all. But that's why we have a vacuum. So we are actually going to be doing a pretty decent day. It's 94k coal. And we're still going. So find a good chunk of coal here. Just shoot at it. And that should bring us over. Each one is worth a couple K. Very nice. How many of you guys have been to New York? Or how many of you live in New York? Been to New York once in my life, and it was while I was in college. 114k coal. This is going to be a $400,000 day. 450k. Yes. Don't mind if I do. Not too bad. So the next tank we get is a diamond tank, and then the ruby jet. Or do I skip the... No, I should get the ruby jet. This will give me a good excuse to get that, and then also get the better collectors. Very easy. Okay, day 13. So yeah, anyways, I went once in my life, and it was in college. I actually went there without my parents' knowledge, and I drove approximately 13 hours because my coach lived there, still lives there, in Connecticut area, and they wanted me to come visit, and I was like, for spring break, that is, and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do it. And so we'll do minor speed there. And so I went, I drove all those hours to get over there, and you know, I went to the New York City. They lived on, we'll do tank firing speed. They lived on like a colonial, like park-ish area. And it was really cool because it went up a hill in their backyard. And once you go up that hill and slightly to the other side, there was like an old hunting hut made out of wood. It was super cool. And then a nice stone wall that was made in like the 1700s or something like that. It was so cool. Just brought me back there to when the times were simpler and there were no video games. And anyways, I went to the city for one of the days out of that week in my spring break, and it was quite the time. I'm not the biggest fan of cities, as you may know from my other episodes. If you haven't seen them, go check it out. But I don't like being in such close proximity with other people, especially, not going to say everybody in New York City is sketchy, but a lot of sketchy stuff happens there, and in tight spaces in general, where it's like pretty chaotic, and like, I put my phone and my wallet in my front pockets, and, you know, had my hands in my pockets most of the time. And I feel like in those types of scenarios, you have to do that, because otherwise you'll be stuck there, having no idea where your stuff went. And so I successfully left New York City with both my wallet and my phone. And we had so many people try to scam us. So many people, like, especially one person when I was in the park, and I was at the Bethesda fountain. Some dude came up to me and had a python snake, like a pretty decent sized one. Just dropped him on my neck, and my coach's wife's sister was there with us, took a picture of me with it around my neck, and then ran off real quick because she knew the gig. She knew that they were going to ask for money afterwards. So she took the picture, and then she ran away. And then she left me there, and then the dudes were like, okay, that'll be $20. And I was like, $20? Are you kidding me? And they're like, okay, $10. And I was like, $10 for what? I didn't want a picture of a snake around my neck. And they're like, well, your mom took one. And I was like, that's not my mom. And so I was able to pull it off to where, you know, at the end they were like, okay, we can't let you go. And I was like, yeah, right. I'm going as I please. And then they laughed and they were joking around. But yeah, it was afterwards. I went up to her and I was like, what the heck was that all about? Why'd you leave me like that hanging? She's like, I knew you could handle yourself. And it's like, okay, fair enough. But, you know, I'm not used to being in a situation where someone's trying to finagle me all the time. It's like I'm used to that when I go to the auto shop, but not in like an everyday setting. So that was a fun yet new experience, and also not fun at the same time. It was all the things at the same time. I should have got a collector's whistle. I don't know why I didn't get a collector's whistle. I always keep forgetting that. These guys need to let me collect these materials, because they're just picking it up and not doing anything with it. 500k a day, 600k, 780k. Not too bad. So we have enough for the new jet. So we're going from 150 damage to 1500 damage. We didn't even use it this last round. That's probably a big mistake, but you know what? That's what it's all about. You guys are probably not very happy about that. So sorry. Nah, we don't need to do any of that. Start day 14. We're going for it. We need some bombers in there. Get it marked there, or I can do it deeper in there, can I? Only so deep. Can only go so deep. Let's get it about as deep as possible and get down there. Come on, plane. Oh yeah, he goes way in there. Kamikaze. Sheesh. Man, I can snipe these things though. I was about to say where all the chests at, but one's sitting right in front of my face. I didn't see water as an option to get, and I gotta be honest, I didn't really look for it either. The question is, if I get more jets, can I fire more? Like, do they fire more often? So that might be a strategy. Might not be a good strategy, but it's a strategy. It's probably still just a better strategy to get more miners and stuff, which it's fine. I don't like to do the just generic strategy of get miners, win, tank firing rate. That's why it was fun doing the last round, because I wasn't just relying on miners too much. We'll do the capacity there. We're already at 123k coal, so we're feeling good about that. Our new jet is paying for itself. And diamond shotgun, which pretty mediocre at best. You know what was the worst thing to happen in America was the introduction to payment plans. I know for some people it's awesome and great, but for people who like to do bartering, it's not that great, especially in the healthcare stuff. So like when my wife had my son, it was gonna cost like, golly, like $8,000 or something like that, not including all the other extra crap that they included. And I was like, I called them up and I was like, would you take like 6k cash? And they're like, no, you can put that down and we'll put you as a payment plan. And I was like, no. So the payment plan just makes it so you have to pay the full price for things and you can't finagle. It's like the same thing for car dealerships. They just constantly just screw you, and you can't negotiate anything. Although I did see a YouTube video of a guy that it's his job to negotiate car deals for you, which that's a pretty decent gig. Like, it's so interesting to have to deal with those people. And I guess if you're used to it and you know what you're getting into, like, not a whole lot of people like getting sold things. It's like me with the couches and stuff. And when I went and tried to look at those couches and the salesmen were just circling my wife and I like sharks, and we had to get out of there. Otherwise we were about to get drowned, chopped in half. At least our wallets were, because the prices were so bad. There's no way I would have been able to buy any of those couches. I hate spending money too much. We'll do the collector speed. Keep going on that trend a little bit. Collectors and the firing rate. Firing rate hasn't been too bad. Another 15%. It's somewhat noticeable. And tank damage. That is a little less noticeable, the damage. Oh, that wasn't great. Okay. Grab that, and it's a diamond. Not the best. Blast radius on this thing is great. The speed on the collectors is just trash. Alright, million? 1.4 mil. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, guys. We can get rid of another layer, which probably is worth it. Let's do it. We'll risk it. And then let's get more of these guys. We can afford quite a few. Yeah, that was great. 9 of those. Probably needed some miners at some point, right? We're not ready just yet. Let's drop the 1500 damage all over the place. Get that going. They'll eventually dwindle down all of the rocks. The only thing is we won't get the blue layer chests anymore. We'll just be stuck with the red layer. I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just way harder for us to get. Like, we could try and get the... I'll get that down there. Could try and get the 2 or 3 million to get the diamond tank, and then from there get these chests. So just focus on money this round, on day 15 that is, and then on the next day, day 16, we focus on getting the chests, getting our upgrades. We probably need some upgrades for our miners, because we probably need to start working on buying some of those. We have been kind of avoiding it like the plague. It's not something I look forward to. I mean, we probably would be able to mine a little bit more efficiently than we currently are, but I mean, I don't really care. I just want to make this as enjoyable for myself and you guys as possible. So that's kind of where we're at. I need to get this gold. Gold is also where it's at, and you know where it's not at? In my inventory, because there is no collector's whistle. What are we smoking, guys? Obviously not anything that gives us more brain cells. Alright. This red layer is pretty easy to destroy, actually. We're kind of just blasting through it. We are at 225,000. We're about halfway through the day. Not too shabby. And the coal quota is 40k, so we're feeling pretty good about ourselves, actually. Probably need to put that down there just so we get the airplane down a little bit closer so that it's a little bit faster falling the bombs. Not sure. That's a waste of my time. Hitting that diamond block there. Getting tons of coal. The coal blocks are just so easy to break that it's so addicting. Yeah, grab this coal and then maybe the pink diamonds down there. Is it worth me wasting my time doing that? We'll find out. We have about a quarter of the day left. And it's quite possible it's not worth it. I am curious though. It's definitely not worth it. Can I get the rubies at least? Definitely can. But not without the collectors just swooping in and stealing all of it. Just reminds me of my older brother. Whenever I get any candy from my parents or anything, he would just come on in. He'd hear the wrapper and somehow just know that he needs to swoop in and just steal it. My tank matches this layer. How fun is that? This is gonna be a fantastic day. Let's see. 400,000, 300,000, 100, 300. Oh man, can I see 2 million? 2,089,000. Winner. That's what I'm talking about. We're going for the endless mode. We're going for the super secret, ultra secret, duper duper secret ending. Sell the ruby tank for 141k. We can sell the jet for 321k and get the diamond tank, which quite honestly probably is the play. And from there, get some collectors. And by some, I mean a collector and start day 16. So we're going to go straight down into the grayish black layer. Straight down from the vacuum. So that maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to collect some from there. And I think we'll be able to. It just might take a hot minute. But I don't know if it's going to be worth it. Based on this, I thought this was like 10 times more powerful than the previous one. And it's just barely breaking this. It is shooting super slow though. That is pretty rough. It's like slow motion. It's like I'm watching a sloth shoot a tank. I just hope these coal blocks are worth it. Come on, man. Zoom in way in there. So we're at 22,000 of our coal quota. And we're almost close to breaking these coal blocks, perhaps. Finally. Finally. So those were worth 360,000. Which, that's a lot and all, but man, was it worth it? I just enjoy the fact that these all break super nicely. And I didn't get a collector's whistle again because, you know, amateur hour. Can I break the choco blocks easily though? Hopefully. And we will just be spamming. And of course it was just a pink diamond. I have no words for that. No other words. Not disappointed, I'm just disappointed. It's like I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. It's like, nah. I'm disappointed. Spam E. Or can I just hold it? Nope, can't hold it. How did I get pink diamonds again? If this one's pink diamonds as well, I'm giving up on this layer for this day. That would be so trash. And tank damage, absolutely. We're kind of living with that at the current moment. It's all we can do. I guess I can go for this emeralds and then silver. The silver behind me and then these emeralds should be pretty decent amount. Should be worth a lot. The coal was worth about 300,000, then the emeralds should be worth at least triple that, right? I need the diamond jet to get me through this because I don't know, because after the diamond is the spinal, right? So the spinal is like 600 mil and this tank isn't that great. So I really need to get some miners before I regret it. And by regret it, I mean regret not getting it. This is so bad. And these collectors they're not going to return at all. Okay, I think we snuck in there and got it though. 820,000 for copper, 500. Okay, 3.9 mil, easy peasy. So we're at 4 million total. The next tank, okay, so there's pink diamond tank, okay, which is 250k. So it's 2.5 times more than this, but it has one more radius, one more cooldown. It's not that great. So we need to invest in some miners. What's more valuable though? 30k drops every 10 seconds, 8 tiles. That's 30k, 30k, 30k. They're all the same. So we'll do 5, 5, 5, 5. And we'll do 10. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about that. We'll just do that real quick and then start day 17. Let's see how much damage we can do. I did not get a miner's whistle. Guys, when are we gonna learn? We're not going to. We're doomed. If I stay up here, they won't bother me down there though. So that's the only bonus of it being up here. And tank damage, yes. I do so much more damage than they do. It's not even close. It's like the better miners in the normal rounds, they do like 100k damage or something like that. These guys doing 30 plus the bombs is so trash. So your boy has to be the main source of damage. But we're at 166k. We'll probably... I'm hoping we'll be able to get into... Can we break this layer easily? Not really. It's pretty trashed. Day 17. Look at those guys over there thinking that they can do something. Drop a bomb. Maybe that will explode the layer. But little do they know, it won't. I need to like be in the middle here so I collect it. And they do not. Otherwise we'll be doomed. 197k. Not that great. Maybe if I shoot above me, get some of these, just so that they have something to collect. That's more than just scraps. Okay, I think I got most of that myself, which I did not want them to get. Actually gonna go for these. I guess I'll collect the pink diamonds at the same time. I want to go for these coal blocks here. Thinking maybe they actually collected some of these blocks over here. Be kind of shocked. What are they pushing me over for? They're gonna absolutely die if they do that again. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good once this finally breaks. I want to see 1 million. Okay, who did that? You gotta be kidding me. Of course they had to do it last second, right? To where I'm actually wanting to collect these ores. Don't drop bombs again. You will suffer the consequences. Okay, we're feeling good. Feeling real good. Maybe we can get this coal block. We got it. Maybe these iron blocks, perhaps? We just want as much money as possible for this. I mean, we need 6 million. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. Not after seeing these numbers. 3.5 mil. It's not even close. So first things first, get those. I'm going to sell all of my platforms and then move that over and then get... We can't afford the diamond jet yet. That's crazy. It's almost 10 times more damage than the ruby jet. By the time we get this, we'll have the pink diamond tank. So we'll just keep going. Actually, no, we won't. We'll get one collector and then we will get probably 20 of these guys. And that worked out a lot better than I expected. Day 18. Crazy. It's crazy when it works out. Like, what is this? What's happening right now? Well, that wasn't good. Like, are they damaging anything? Nothing compared to my tank. I mean, I think if I... Whoa. I think if I focus on one area for them, they'll be able to do it. But by themselves, it's just gonna be so trash. Alright, let's see. Collectors there. Shoot that. And I still just need those fire rate upgrades. Interesting. Maybe this will damage some of that. It doesn't look that great. Oh my goodness. Quit knocking me around. I feel like I'm talking to my toddler. Someone once mentioned a challenge that I need to do for one of these people. Let's take a look. I think it's the pink diamond one, isn't it? Jessica has one. Where's Jessica at? Okay, we're looking for pink diamonds, pink diamonds, pink diamonds. There's pink diamonds, but it's just not worth digging for them in the gray layer. We'll go for chests until we find a pink diamond, airstrike damage, easy peasy. And we will get the flamethrower. Maybe this layer will get cooked. Those were amethysts and not pink diamonds. Are pink diamonds in the red layer at all? I can't remember if they are or not. If they are, then that'd be great, but I'm starting to think that they're not. Let's shoot here. Actually need to get... I needed to get my vacuum, but I'm thinking that the collectors can get everything. We have enough. Oh wait, there's a pink diamond right there, but we can't get up there anyways, so it doesn't really matter. We should also get the hoverboard. That would be so nice. We need to make up for lost time. We need to get to 1 million coal. What are we doing? I shoot through the gap between those two. I like how the blue layer is still kind of there still, even after buying the thing to get rid of it. I think I understand how he did it, but it's just comical how it's still there. Alright. Pink diamonds. Okay. Sweet. Can we get that? No way. So we probably got about 3.5 on that one too. 5.2, eh? We're so close. 1.18. Yeah, we're not. We barely missed it. Barely missed it. So I'm thinking maybe get the jet, or do I just go straight for... I'm gonna grab the hoverboard first. Do I just go straight for these guys? They are just so trash. Goodness gracious, guys. Let's do 10 of the collectors, and then we'll do the rest, the miners here. We are just so poor. It's so bad. And why are these guys like not even attacking this? Does the miner speed have anything to do with it? Like, I know you guys said it just makes it so that they move faster, but I feel like it should also affect how fast they mine. Maybe that was updated in something, in a patch, but I'm not 100% sure. Still is way faster for me to just shoot with the tank. Those guys are just not very good. It's so trash. And the coal quota is 600,000. This is rough. So if I were to guess, I would think that we have that already, but I'm not too sure. Where's the water at? We need some elementalists up in here. Maybe I need to look at some of the miners and see if any of them shoot water out, because we need that 2 times damage. Anything to help us out at this point. Okay, they freed up this chest here. And we'll go for miner speed? Maybe? This will be the ultimate test. So we'll put them all right there, and then we'll shoot straight down. Maybe... I don't like that. Okay. I don't like when they're throwing their bombs at me in the air. They're not supposed to be doing that. Alright, I enjoy the wands and everything, but it's just not it. I need my fire rate for the tanks. I need airstrike damage. I need collector speed. We'll go for minor damage because it's trash currently. Oh, unbelievable. Okay, I'm dropping the vacuum right there. I am looking for Pink diamonds. And employ minor damage. We're just gonna go for the minor damage for as many as we can, because their damage is not good. We need to do 10,000. Now we need like 100,000 damage for them. Do it. Tank damage. I mean, we ourselves have 100% more damage. And it's still not good enough. Look at the pink diamonds get swooped in and picked up. That was so trash. Good thing is we have 1 million of the coal. So that's good. Okay, send those guys back. Get this chest, hopefully. And it had pink diamonds in it. And I think I actually deposited right there. 2.3 mil in iron. 2.2 mil in silver. Those are big days for those. So we can afford the pink diamond tank. And almost the diamond jet. But we probably want the pink diamond jet. It's 2.5 times more. The spinal shotgun, nah. Spinal tank is 25 million versus 25,000. So we're talking 100 times more damage. But we need more of these. It's just not even close to being good enough. All right, start day 20. Here for day 20. We need 1 million coal. Goodness gracious, guys. We're struggling already. We need minor damage. Get these guys down here. Start working. But I swear, if you knock me around, it's game over. Okay. Tank damage, 20%. We didn't look for water or anything because who needs it? Now this one is awesome. This game mode is pretty good. It's a mixture of stress and... Oh, I got my pink diamond. Wait, I need to undo that. Can I talk to her? Why can't I talk to these people? Oh, don't talk to me. Interesting. Does anyone know why I can't talk to them? That's unique. Is it because I'm Russian? Okay, get them all consolidated in this area here. And then just start shooting down. Hopefully the bombs don't fly up and knock me around. Because there's nothing I can do about preventing that from happening. Because I guess that's bugged. We did our best, guys. We're trying. We're trying to make it work. Okay, we have the coal quota. We were slightly less than halfway through the day. So we're feeling pretty good. Oh, they're just digging straight in there. I fully approve. 1.3 mil. See, we're at the point where we need about 16 million to get the jet. And the jet, I don't think, is going to help us a ton. Not as much as more miners would. So we're at the point where we just go for the miners and everything else is just bonus at that point. And shoot some of these so that the collectors have something to do. I guess I could collect this. It's not like I'm helping out that much with the dark gray layer. I mean, what is 25,000 damage versus one of their hits is 30,000 damage, so yeah, I'm not doing that much damage. Oh, would you look at that? Let's see. Okay. Maybe I'll just hit up all these chests here. And we'll do minor damage. And if we get minor damage, we'll hit up the minor damage. Airstrike. We'll do the minor damage over the airstrike because the miners will carry us in the end. Looks like we're mining a little bit too much for them to handle our collectors. Which is a good sign. We're slightly ahead of them. We'll do collector capacity so that they can keep up with us. So never mind anymore. And collector speed. Collector speed is just trash. Have you guys seen the streamer, what is it, influencer slash streamer game that's going on, and how it just makes fun of pirate software? It's quite hilarious, actually. I appreciate it. 2.1 million, 2.5. So we got the 17 million, so we could get the jet if we wanted to, but I don't know how well that's going to work out for us compared to, so that does 25,000. Each one employee does 30,000. So we're talking way more damage, but we're on day 20, on day 21. So if we don't do pink diamond jet, we're losers, right? We're quitters. So we're not quitters, we're winners. We'll just go straight down, hit up the jet all the way down there. And that is not the weapon that I would want. Okay. I can't necessarily say that the jet's doing that much damage. You know, I'm actually severely disappointed. Severely. Just like my back pain. Because I'm the one carrying the damage in this game. I want to be able to have an item, like a weapon, like another tank, or a group of miners that actually do some damage. But wasn't I talking about how, you know, at a certain point it just becomes the miner game, the tank firing rate, and how it's better sometimes when it's me doing all the work. So you ask and you receive sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes you do. But they seem to be managing with this layer here. I would appreciate it if they didn't knock me around, but that's one of those things that you can't get too gripey about. I need that silver though. I'm gonna collect that. Oh, this is a good pocket right here. Get over here. Oh, look at that. Thanks. So we'll take the tank damage there. And just fire at all the ore up here. Get this and airstrike rate. So that's more airstrikes. So I might as well go for the chest still. That's still going to be my best investment. Airstrike damage. Zoom out a little bit so I can see it a little bit better. Go for collector speed so that they can keep up with me when I go out to the horizon. 10,000 blocks away. Employee miner speed or collector speed? Collector speed for sure. And minigun. And employee capacity. Tank damage. Yeah, the tank is so much better than that minigun. It's not even close. It's the AoE that really tops it off. Do minor damage there. 20%. Tank damage, 20%. It would be really nice to start one-shotting the other layer at some point. But I got a feeling it won't happen until I get the next tank, or if I get so many miners that they can't help it. Minor damage and flamethrower, which probably doesn't do anything to the gray layer here, but we do our best. Okay, let's go up and up and up and up and up. And here we go. Tank damage here. Pink diamonds. Yeah, let's just keep going for the chests. We're not trying to do anything fancy here. We're just trying to increase our chances of winning. Employee minor damage. So fun fact, my roommate in college was Russian. That was pretty fun. Pretty cool guy. He barely spoke any English when he got here, or got to college. And I had to help him with his English courses. It was really fun because it was like taking 5th grade English all over again. It We'll do minor damage. So he had to like write a paragraph that was like a speech about himself. And then I had to help him go through it and find mistakes and just things that were better grammar and whatnot. It was a bit of fun. And it was hilarious because we'd be in a group together. He was in our friend group and we would all say something and he would always just laugh at it. He had no idea what we were saying. And he's gotten way better at English. 22 million. Nice. He's gotten way better at English. And so he tells us now, he's like, yeah, I had no idea what you guys were saying. So laughing was like a default, like mediator thing to make it so that we thought that he knew what we were talking about, but he just didn't. But we could totally tell. He didn't need to tell us that. Maybe we are a little out of balance with our collectors versus our miners there. Now more even, 22 and 200. Now we really need the miners to just go straight down and do this layer here. Get going at it. Now they're going for it. I can feel the fire rate on the tank a lot more. And the damage, I think. Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's one thing I need to do is the airstrikes. So crazy how much it does. Not necessarily to the black layer, but the other layers. Airstrike damage or airstrike rate. Airstrike damage. This fire rate is probably at like 1 second. Maybe less. Collector capacity. And collector speed. Oh, good chunks firing rate. Good chunks of airstrikes. Chests here. And we'll just forget about the flamethrower, even though it's my baby there. Minor damage. Airstrike rate. That thing sucks. We need 3 million coal. Airstrike damage. Tank damage. And this thing. Let's actually go back and see if we can hit the gray layer for what it's worth. I'm just going to keep firing these. The collectors can't keep up. And that's to nobody's surprise because we didn't get any more of them. Like an idiot. We are doing a decent amount of damage actually. Can I get the pink diamonds? I feel like it would be a worthwhile investment of investing my time to break those, but maybe not. In one of my previous episodes, did I suggest a plane that carpet bombs the whole place? For some reason that sounds familiar. If that's the case, then dude, if he watched this and took that advice, that would be insane. I would love that. I can't quite remember. Maybe you guys remember better than I do, but I'm pretty sure I remember that. Yeah, we're cooking through this layer now. We're just kind of leaving back all the super valuable things. The things that we can't really touch right now. 7.5 mil out of 3 mil. So this is going to be pretty close, I think. We'll do the minor damage. Pretty close on the next couple days. I don't know. What is it going to be like? 15 million for coal. So we're just going to have to get up with the collectors and way more miners than this. Miners are just so trash. Makes it way hard. But we're at 9 mil. We'll probably get to 10 mil before the end of the day. Especially if I get these good chunks here. And they get their good chunks. And I'm going to send them back. As if that was going to do something. Not a bad day. It's just not enough. 67, we're 1/10 the way to the spinal stuff. So that's nowhere near where we need to be. There's no water or anything. Can't get the next shifty layer. But I'm not sure if we want to because, I mean, that's getting us a good portion of the money. So let's do 50 and then we'll do another 50 and then we'll do the rest of the miners because we need way more here and keep it going. Not too bad. We'll just do a couple of these. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and start day 23. Let's just go down with the miners. Okay, get them in there a little bit, and then we'll focus on some chests, some more miner damage. Get the thing down there. I see a big chunk of silver down there. I want that silver right there. So we need 6 million coal. We're already almost at 1 million, so we're already making good headway. 1.6 mil. I'm just gonna nuzzle myself right here so no one can hurt me, knock me around. Yes, all that silver, all that trusty silver. That is so good. Yeah, we should be able to get our coal quota before the end of the day. Or before halfway through the day, I should say. We really worked on getting enough miners to really affect this dark layer. Had to turn on my heating pad. Things are getting bad. That's when you know things are getting bad. Alright, 8 million. Well, what did we have last time? 9 million before the end of the day? We're going to be at like 20 mil. Actually, that's a bit ambitious. We're probably going to be at like 16 mil. I just have to manage it correctly. Man, they're just bullying me. You get some of this stuff up here that's kind of straggling a little bit. The jet is doing decent work against it, I think, but at the same time, I'm not sure if it's the miners' bombs that are falling down too, just getting shot all over the place, because they do affect each other, and they make each other's bombs just go flying, which makes it even worse. Our fire rate and damage is pretty good at this point. We can really do a number to this layer, thankfully. Finally reached that point. 14 mil. Oh man, it's 12:30. Guys, day 23. Tomorrow's day 24. We can get this. We got to get this episode done before the end of 1 a.m. We can do this. 18 mil. Say tomorrow that quota is going to be, what, 8 million? 9 million? We can get it. We're in the 20s. We probably got 100 million, 150 mil. So we're getting to the point where we're about 1/5 the way there. But at the same time, we need more miners. There's nothing else we can really get that's going to help us out. So we'll get 100 of those, and then I'm going to get 500 of these guys, just because that's going to help us out a ton. So now let's go back to 100 and let's do 100 more of these guys. And then we'll do 10. I did nothing. Let's do, we'll do 70 because 70 is such a good number. 7's a good number. 70, 70, 70, 70. And then we'll start day 24. Getting closer, guys. Way closer. Yeah, like we're going to use that over the tank. Airstrike damage. Airstrike. And get these guys here. Make sure they're all consolidated. And then just run for my life because they are so annoying. Positivity. We're happy to have them on our team. Tank firing rate. I want this tank to be like a submachine gun. Absolute devastation. Tank damage too. And we need collector capacity there. Day 24. We're We need 20 million? What? Well, I can't waste any of my time in the pink layer there. I need to do it all here. I thought, holy smokes, what is going on? How are we supposed to get all this coal? Well, guys, I guess this is going to be a close one. This is kind of crazy. Maybe I have more coal than I think. Maybe the collectors have it all. So we're halfway. Day 25 is going to be a stretch. I really need to maximize this day today. And then, man, try our best to get as many miners as possible so we can mine at least one. Get as many miners as possible so we can mine all these blocks here super fast. Because it's not like they're mining it very slow. I mean, they're already done with it. And they're not even hurting that layer. So, should just bring them here. It's the smart thing to do. Okay, we hit our quota. Just past halfway through the day. 20 million seemed like a bit of a stretch, but I guess it wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. Probably has something to do with the fact that we have upgraded our tank so much that we've been able to just kind of direct deposit everything. But also, there could have been a lot of collectors that were holding a ton of coal. 27 mil right now. Just collect all the valuable stuff at this point. Get the gold, get the amethyst, the rubies. Not sure it's worth getting the pink diamonds because those will take forever. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to go for all this other stuff. If I can get to the silver down there, that would be best case scenario. They're mining that other layer again. Got to get them here. Working on this stuff. And we have a pretty decent ratio of collectors and miners, so feel good about that. The miners are just, or the collectors are just slow. At least that's what it seems like. So we got double the quota for this day, for day 24. I don't think we made it to 600 mil, but we made it somewhat close. If you can call that close. Not even close to any of these. So let's get, I could get the rock shift layer for 75 million, but that doesn't really do too much for us. I want to get 200 of these guys, of the collectors. And then if I get, let's say I get 2,000 of these miners, how much does that set us back? Okay, that was quite a bit, but if I do 100, now that will set us back 10 mil. And if I do it again and probably do 200 actually, 200, 200, 200, 200, do it the old fashioned way and start day 25, guys. This is it. Can we get 50 million? Pretty sure we got it last time. So pretty confident. It's just how annoyed can we get while getting there? But I am going to go for these chests just so I can get an overpowered tank. Even though it's already overpowered. Yeah, that's not very good. Oh, we got one of these. Bullet damage, air. Yeah. We'll go for down there. Had to try my best to get down there. Just getting rocked around. Just kamikaze pilot over there. Kamikaze pilot. That ain't good. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going for the coal and these bigger chunks. The AoE is too much. It's too good to not take advantage of it. So we're looking at 16 mil. Oh, they got down to another chest. So they're at the green layer there. We'll do collector speed. So they don't mine it that quickly. But it's not like it's too slow. Probably better for me to do this than for them to be at the uranium layer, just not mining anything. Alright. Speed. And we'll go for the coal here. So we're at 35 million, 36 million, and we're halfway through. So we're definitely going to beat day 25. So I'm thankful for that. Oh, I heard some thunder outside. There's my mandatory episode or mandatory weather talk in the episode. Has to be done. We need to channel our inner boomer before it's too late. Before we know it, we'd end up being a super hip old person, and no one likes those people. I'm just kidding. Everyone loves super hip old grandparents. Alright, I'm gonna call it on that. Just let them work on it. Feels pretty good though. 10 seconds left. Can we make it? We've obviously already made it. 67 mil, 100 million in coal alone. So we definitely, okay, yeah, we got, what have you done? Nice. Guys, we absolutely killed that. Soviet Russia, Gulag. You know, you can't trap us in a gulag because we will end the world. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. If you like the trash that you just saw, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your favorite tank is, or airplane, World War II airplane. Anyways, thanks a lot. I will see you guys next time.